Hi, Sherry. We're going to have some cool fun tonight.
All right.
I brought something along. This is something that I actually built many years ago. It's a replication of the Leon's Haunted House tabletop version. Okay, I haven't used it for years. I had this packed away for probably about 24 years. I used to use it at schools and everything. So I'm a little rusty with this, so you folks have to bear with me, okay? All right, it went something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was a kid, growing up in my neighborhood, there was an old deserted house. We all have them, right, Sherry?
Sure we do.
This was called the Hearst Mansion.
Ooh.
Well, nowadays when you look at it, it's not much of a mansion. It never is. But what's cool about this, there was a doorbell, so we went up to it, me and a few friends of mine. We rang the bell.
Wow.
Wow. What was neat was, looks like up here was an apparatus.
Yeah.
And the door would close automatically. And this window started to spin.
Oh my word.
So what do you think we did, Sherry?
Ran.
Yeah, we ran like we were all right? We were actually terrified.
Aw.
But what do you think we did also? The next day we came back
Oh no.
and we went inside.
Ooh.
That's how smart we were, all right? What we did was we stopped inside the place, but we went in through the back. So that way,
Interesting.
so that way the Grim Reaper couldn't get us, okay? But there were several things we found in there, and I
Okay.
have them in this box.
Cool looking box.
It is a cool looking box. Now, the first thing happened to be a slate,
Okay.
just an old slate which happened to be blank. And we more or less laid this toward the back of the house like so.
Okay.
And I'll move my hand out of the way so you can see a little better. All right. And I hope you can see okay.
I'll move the camera up a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll put it right back here. Let me brush the dirt out of the way. All right. And we laid a piece of chalk next to it like so.
Ooh.
And we asked, Mrs. Hearst, are you there? And within moments, the chalkboard started to flutter. Can you see it?
Yes.
That's a flutter. And look, it turned around. It said yes, and it actually started to float.
Look at that. That is cool.
Wow. What do you think we did, Sherry?
Ran?
Yeah, we ran like heck. All right. We could not wait to get out of there. So let's put these two props away. Then we encountered a glass jar, which we put in there. And this appeared to be the lid.
Okay.
And right over here, we had a little napkin, a little scarf. I'm not exactly sure what it was used for. But let me put this down inside here if I can.
Okay.
All right. And once again, I will move my hand out of the way so you can see a little bit better. All right. We're going to place this down inside of the jar if I can. All right. Tuck it all the way down inside. And I guess this is the lid. All right. And there was a magic wand there. So sometimes, me being an amateur magician all my life, I passed the magic wand. And lo and
Yeah.
behold, watch.
Look at
The
that.
handkerchief is coming to life.
Ooh.
It actually stood straight up. So what do you think we did here, Sherry?
Ran again?
Yeah, we basically ran again. All right. But this is a pretty cool little hanky. All right. We're going to put this back over here as well. All right. Now let's see. This is something really neat.
Okay.
There was a little candelabra, a little candlestick.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And we kind of put this inside here as well. All right. And I think I have a cigarette lighter here somewhere. Yeah. We even lit the candle. All right. And standing completely away from it. Watch. We'll see what happens. All right. Watch the candle. Because believe it or not, look at this. Are you ready? It started to move across the room.
That is cool.
Is that neat? On its own volition.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yes, it is.
What do you think we did, Sherry?
Ran?
Ran like hell.
Oh.
Yeah, it moved all the way across the room. We could not believe our eyes, okay? Then what we encountered is something pretty cool. We have over here, I'll turn this around, is some milk. Now there was an old saying from the neighborhood. Mrs. Hearst had a thirst. Let's get this out of the way. Put this to the very back. All right. And let me get the tambourine
Oh,
for this.
jeez.
And we'll get the magic wand.
All right.
Lay it right here.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what happens, okay? Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Look at this. Watch Mrs. Hurst. Whoa.
She's thirsty.
Come on, Mrs. Hurst. A little bit better than that. She did indeed
Yeah.
have a thirst.
She did.
All right. Well, let's put this over here. Then the light started flickering. Watch the lights. They indeed started flickering. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So we blew out the candle and we left.
Ran like heck.
Ran like that. So that indeed is the,
That's really neat.
yeah, my creation of the Great Leon's Haunted House. And I actually got that from a little booklet, some directions.
Yeah.
And
Is there some things back there too?
Yeah, I do have something. I'll show you.
Okay.
Magic Incorporated still sells the manuscript, so you can build one if you'd like.
Cool.
I won't tell the audience how it works because it's not mine to tell.
Sure.
But right back here, I have some of the original props in my collection from the Great Leon's Haunted House.
Okay.
This happens to be the candle. Now, his haunted house was much bigger than mine.
Oh,
Yeah, what I
okay.
got was a dollhouse. So I like things a little bit smaller. Okay, but this is the original candle. So you figure you put this inside of the original dollhouse. Look how big this is.
That's huge,
It's
yeah.
about as tall as the house. But when you walk away from it, the candle would float.
Oh, I like that.
It would rotate, and while it was lit,
Jeez.
and it would actually come back down into the holder. Okay. This was a table. The table would levitate inside the dollhouse. You could pass a hoop over it.
Okay.
There was a gun involved.
Ooh.
This gun would actually lay on the floor. It would rise and shoot.
Ooh.
It was really cool. That's just a few of the props that came with
Okay.
it.
That's
Now,
nice.
just to give you an idea of where all this stuff started, okay? Spiritualism started in the United States, right here in good old America in about 1850, maybe a few years before, by the Fox sisters.
Oh.
It was 3 girls from New York, and there was weird tappings that were heard all around them. It turned out they were using their toes.
What?
They would snap their toes. They had the
Weird.
ability to click their toe joints really hard, and their the ankles and so forth. It was amazing. So they pretty much were determined as a hoax. As a matter of fact, one of the relatives in 1851, Mrs. Norman Kelver, she signed under written verification, and she had it notarized that that's how it was done. So that's generally how it was done.
I see.
Okay, then a few years later, the Davenport brothers, they actually brought a big cabinet on stage. This is still in the 1800s.
Okay.
And they would close the doors, they were tied into place, and things would float, things would move. It was really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Okay, now, there was a few magicians, top magicians, who were hell-bent on exposing them. One was the great Robert Houdin, and in his book, The Secrets of Stage Conjuring, he explains how
that.
their act was done. Okay, but it didn't stop, performers, because
Sure.
Dante back in the vaudeville days, Virgil later on, and Carter back then, they all had spirit cabinets. Now, what happened, a weird thing happened in about 1930 something. Stuart James, he came out with a tabletop version, which is very similar to this, except it was done with a curtain that you pull across. It was called a Cephagella cabinet. And I actually built one of these too, so if you look on YouTube, the viewing audience can see me perform it. Now,
Okay.
electronics is one of my hobbies, obviously, because I collect the Unveils stuff and I build a lot of things. So I put my own twist to it. I put some electronics to this and the Cephagella cabinet.
Neat.
Okay, so this is the Leon house. There's a full light seance, which is cool. I've used that many times, Sherry, where your hands are on the cloth.
Yes.
And things can move around and float. So if you
Yes.
don't want a real big setup, you could do that. I've done that many, many times. All right, and let's see. But Leon's, like I said, is right in the open. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it is nice.
All right, just in case you want some more spooky stuff, Seance was a weekly publication back in the 80s and 90s. It was really cool. Richard Kaufman was nice enough to put this into a book. And look at the drawings and
That's
sketches.
really cool.
That's my man, Edgar Allan.
Yes, and the
So if you
Raven.
want some cool routines, such notable people as Eugene Berger. He wrote a book, Spirit Theater. He did a form of the Great Leon's Haunted House.
Oh,
It's really cool. His look really, really neat. What I wanted was a more basic look, like something that was just an average dollhouse. I didn't go to extremes to decorate it.
sure.
All right, if you're looking for a book that shows you some of the devious methods that spiritualists used
Oh,
to actually make money, Spook Crooks by Julian Proskauer.
I like that.
I think it's 1932. I'm not sure. Somewhere around there. But
Wow.
it's cool. You would not believe some of the methods they use
I'll have to read that.
to take people's money. I mean, some
That's
of it's
a
actually
shame.
comical, yeah. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed yourself. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.